Oh no, over here. I wanted to shoot myself up by burnout. Oh. Is this one of the new maps? Oh. Man. Oh, there's all the guys over there. Holy crap. Oh. Come on. Ah, oh, suffering succotash.
We have lost objective Duff.
Dang. Ah, oh, man, I wish I had some juice. 2 XP. Oh. Damn, they're throwing grenades. Yes, I was running by. Can't even give a guy a break here. Oh, you gotta keep moving. Come on, I'm moving. Captured, yeah.
We have taken objective apples.
Moving, getting dizzy. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Give me that gun. Where is everybody at? Come here. He's gonna be coming this way. Come on, or all the way down there. Hey, get out of my way, dude. They gotta be coming on. Cover fire. They're giving away our position. I'm right behind you, burnout, buddy. Run, Forrest. Get to sea. Oh, damn. This game's so awesome. It really is. Really did well on it. Very satisfying. Oh.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Oh, where is? Oh yes. Dude, this is what this gun is made for. Oh man, don't give him my position. Nice kill. Come on. Peek your head out. Come on. Oh, okay, I ate. Oh, somebody mortar shot it. Oh, they destroyed my guns.
We have lost objective.
No. Ouch. That was good. That was fun though. I need to find me another one. Here we go. Damn, somebody hit me with something. Oh, I see you. Yeah, I wish I could take this gun with me. Oh, there's guys over there. Oh, I can't do nothing about it. I gotta get out of here. Go to this gun. Oh, snipies. I see you.
Oh, bitch.
Did you see that new Star Wars crap.
Yeah, that thing that you sent me.
Oh my god. Yeah, that I've been, oh god. The worst. I don't know, it's a butchery at its finest. I'm done with it.
I like the Star Wars, so I'm alright.
I don't like this one that they're doing that they did, and I don't like none of it. I think they should repeal it and start over. Give it back to Lucas. I don't like the woman's version of it. It's just too womany for me. It's like, where's the equalness in the storyline between characters and the female built up where you care? I don't care about Rey. I could give a fuck care less about Rey. I want to see her die. And I'm not getting it. The only thing I want to see is her die. Holdo, when Holdo died, I could give a care less. I only knew her for a few minutes? I mean, I don't know. And then breathing in space and Princess Leia flying and all that shit. And I was just like, you know, this is just too much. Too much Force for me. Maybe you just don't understand the Force. Yeah. I understand the Force. I don't think Disney does, though. And what they did with Luke Skywalker, he's a fucking pussy. I mean, this is like, the Last Jedi, Galaxy 2.7 in the next universe over, parallel universe. That's what it seems like. It's like, this has got nothing to do with Star Wars. This is all their own made-up Disney characters. Kylo Ren is made up by Disney. BB-8 Disney. Rey Disney. Snoke. And their names are so lazy and fake. Snoke. Okay. We need a villain. We need a snake. We need a snake villain. A villain that's a real snake. Oh, I got an idea, Mr. Abrams. Why don't we take off the A and put in an O and call him Snoke? Good idea. Okay, now we need a character, a female character, you know, like not Mary Sue. She is a Mary Sue. She knows how to do everything. You don't have to teach her nothing. She's good right from the get-go. She knows how to fly the Millennium Falcon. She knows how to wield the lightsaber. She could kill Yoda in his prime. You know, like, you know, get out of here with this shit. It's garbage, man. It's absolute garbage, dude. It's like, I have no desire. I used to want to go, like, you know, in my younger days and stuff, I'd go out and buy the toys and stuff, you know. But they don't care about selling toys because they already sold their rights, you know, to Hasbro and all them. And if they take the losses, it's on them. It's not on Disney. Disney's already free of those losses. They ain't got to pay. They don't care if those toys sit on the shelves. They don't give a shit.
Well, Lucas don't give a crap either, dude.
Well, he gives a crap, you know, because he was lied to. Kathleen Kennedy said, hey, I'm going to preserve the story and the legacy and the characters of Star Wars. And what did she do? She killed everybody, right? How's that preserving the legacy and building up on it and passing the torch and this and that? They didn't even have Han, Leia, and Skywalker together for one final time, you know, like Luke comes and saves Han or fails saving Han or what. I mean, they did it all wrong. Like, this girl, Rey, she don't know who the hell Han is. Man, dude, she had all that emotion for that little few seconds watching him die. Like, give me a break. She could care less. Yawn. Like, you don't know this guy from your head from your ass. Some old smuggler that abandoned his kid. Like, you care about him? Come on. It was so unconvincing, man. It was just bullcrap I knew as soon as I seen the the trailer when I was at Avengers or Avengers Ultron, and I seen the trailer for it. They try to make it seem all dramatic and get you all into it, and I'm like, who is this fucking chick? Is this Luke? Oh, this is Luke Skywalker's or somebody's offspring that has, you know, strong in the Force. No, she's nobody. She's a couple junkers' daughter that they dumped off for drug money. And then got killed. I mean, who wrote this shit? I could tell the whole story myself, and it's as bad when I tell it as when I was watching it. It was like, yeah, you know, the graphics and everything, I'll say they were good. You know, it was a better movie than I could put together, but, you know, with what you had, well, you can't give a guy who's just a somebody, this guy, Ryan, what did he ever do? Looper? You're going to go from a low-budget indie film like that was mediocre, it was okay, to a big multi-billion-dollar franchise with everybody's feelings attached to it, and then you're going to take it and give it to some Star Trek writer who didn't even do Star Trek right, in my opinion, because Spock has no emotion, and he doesn't go beating ass like that, screaming his lungs out. Sorry.
Well, you know who's doing the next one, right?
Abrams again?
No, Ron Howard.
I hope he does better than these guys did, because none of them seem, these kids don't seem to catch the essence. I should have gone to film school. I would have destroyed these people if I went to film school, but no, I had to go to be a DJ. Whatever. It's okay.
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard, I love Ron Howard. Ron Howard is, he's like out of film, and dude, I watch him as Opie on Andy Griffith's show all the time. I love the Andy Griffith show. I love Happy Days, and I love a lot of his movies that he was in. American Graffiti was good. He was in that. When he was a little bit after his teens, or I think 19, 20. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But he was young. But you know, Han Solo, the Han Solo movie, who cares? I do not care. They're going to run that character right into the ground, man. They're going to run it so far into the ground. They want to ruin George Lucas's trilogy. The way I came out of the theater, I was like, you know what? This can't be as bad as they're saying, because I skipped The Force Awakens. I saw The Force Awakens on YouTube when they were streaming it from China. You know what I'm saying? Before they shut down that stream. I was watching on there. I seen the whole movie. I wasn't impressed. I thought it was like, oh, this little girl who never did shit fucking beat up this Jedi Master, not even Jedi Master, Sith Lord, or this wannabe. What is Kylo Ren? Is he a Sith Lord, a failed student? He's conflicted. Dude, oh my god. And then he kills his dad. It's like, what kind of message is that sending our sons and daughters and our nephews and shit? Oh yeah, just kill your dad if you disagree with him. You know, like, oh, your dad had to go to work to provide for you so you could have, you know, video games, get yourself a stupid helmet, run around with a sword with your uncle. I leave you with your uncle, and then he tries to kill you in his sleep. Yo, that's why this story, this Ryan Johnson story, what he added onto it, dude, this is all just bullshit to me. I don't accept none of it, and I think society and the world in general does not accept this, and it's going to show on this next Star Wars. This is the end of Star Wars. This is The Last Jedi. When I walked out of that theater, you know how many people were like, done with it? You know? Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want to turn us away from it and be like, oh, I'm disgusted with fuck Luke Skywalker. He sucks fucking man milk from a fucking fake puppet looking thing that's not even real looking. I mean, what the hell is this? And then he's all grumpy. Oh, help your sister, help the resistance, and blah, 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 blah. No, I found it funny, you know, in a satirical way that, you know, this movie was like Spaceballs to me. I was ready for Rick Moranis to show up with the shrink ray from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and start zapping the Death Star to a mini Death Star. And then the Death Ray has the same power blowing up planets. Because that's, you know how ridiculous that sounds? That's how this movie was. As ridiculous as I just sounded right now, that's how The Last Jedi was to me. And then you get blown up and sucked out to the vacuum of space. As cold as it is, your lungs would collapse, crystallize. You'd be so dead. No, Princess Leia doesn't die. No, she's special. Because she's a SJW female. Nah, she's really not. She's Supergirl. Or Super Old Lady. Flies back into the ship. I mean, I was rolling. And most of my time, my eyes were at the back of my head. I'm like, I paid for this shit. I'm just glad I didn't buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I'm not done with Star Wars.
Holy moly, dude. I'm not a big Star Wars fan either. I'm a casual Star Wars fan, you know? I got the, you know, like I found, you know, I do the dumpster diving and whatnot. I found most of my stuff out of that. People throwing it out. And, damn, I just run in and get killed right away. So, yeah, I got the trilogy. And I got the prequels on Blu-ray and DVD. In mint condition, too. And you know what? I'm sorry, bro. The prequels are a masterpiece. A masterpiece compared to what I'm getting. The Force Awakens, more like the Force snores throughout the whole movie. Bunch of dialogue I don't care about. Bunch of characters I don't care about. Poe Dameron, wannabe Han Solo. Even the little kids right now today. You know how many kids got their feelings crushed? Seeing Luke as a broken old man. Fade away, old man. Fade away. You're not important anymore, old man, you know. Oh yeah, you know, Luke was all down on it. And then Kathleen Kennedy's telling him at the convention, oh no, you're significant to the role. You're significant. I'd be like, lies. You know, oh, I'm on contract, you know, to keep my mouth shut, but they didn't have me in the last movie. What do you think? They're phasing me out. Fade away, old man. We're not going to give you a proper death. All right, Admiral Akbar, we don't give you a proper death. We're going to give it to Holdo. Admiral Amelin Holdo. She was a Holdo. She was a straight up dumbass Holdo. Getting everybody killed. Thinks she's so smart. Dude, this thing was just like a big phony wannabe soap opera. It wasn't Star Wars, bro. It looked like Star Wars. It kind of had the music, but the music was a little bit depressing. It seems like the guy who was doing the music for Star Wars, it isn't the music from Star Wars. It sounds like the music, it's got notes from the music from Star Wars. It sounds like it, but it's not. It's really like down-tempoed, like kind of like down a step. It's not, dun, 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 you know, like up at the top, it's a little bit monotone down on a lower note scale, and I'm like, it sounds like it, but it's not, because he knows it's not. And they're not trying to fool us either. BB-8, what the fuck is BB-8 doing? I know it's a replacement for R2-D2. You know, they're gonna phase out R2-D2 and BB-8's gonna be in everyone. Oh, the hero BB-8. Fuck BB-8. The two balls rolling around. I know what that's for. Balls with the nards missing, rolling around. That's what that's about. BB-8 jamming his head into panels and crap. Oh, I thought he rolled around and then while he's rolling around. How the hell has he got a spear in his neck? How does he got a neck? You know, there's so many inconsistencies in the movie. I'm telling you, if I was a kindergartner or my nephew's age, 3 years old, I wouldn't know the difference. It'd be the best movie I ever saw in my life because I'm 3 years old and I don't give a flying rat's. Bootay.
We have lost objective Charlie.
But that's for 3, 5. Any kid with a mind that's already self-developed, that knows a story, got imagination, storyline, toys, vintage toys, new toys, knows what a hero is and how heroes are built up and taken down and blah, blah, blah. You know, the story of how stories are written. These guys don't know how to write a story. And I think Kathleen Kennedy knows that. And it's done on purpose. It's totally done on purpose. They wanted you to get trolled. They wanted to make Luke look like a total wuss. Oh yeah, and at the end of the movie, the fight scene with Kylo Ren, it's a force projection. Oh, he's got clothes. Okay, a force projection throughout the planet, throughout the galaxy, and then it kills him. He commits suicide. Fade away. He fades away. They got the 2 sons. Fade away to the balls, old man. Fade away. You're done, Luke. We don't need you. Contract fulfilled. Keep your mouth shut. Here's your check. Come to the convention. Aw, dude. He was talking smack the whole time. And there's like 50 different instances of him talking smack. And he was right about everything. Except if I was him, he goes to the premiere all happy, like, oh yeah, like they're gonna do something for Luke. He can't come out walking out looking like he'd seen a character get poofed out. Because, I walked out, and a lot of guys like me walked out like Luke Skywalker sucks. So Star Wars sucks. And Star Wars does suck. Star Wars is whack. It's stupid as fuck. It's just a bunch of irrelevant characters thrown into George Lucas's galaxy, and let's see if we can make something happen. But we won't use none of the stories. We'll try to do our own thing, and we're gonna throw Antifa into it, and we're gonna throw a bunch of trannies and purple hair people, and get our token Asians put in there too, and shit like that. I was like, oh man, dude. I don't mind it if it's done right. But the Asian girl with Finn, with the casino thing, they could have cut that all out and I would have saved 45 minutes of my fucking life. I could have been playing World War II or something. It was terrible. You know what I'm saying? I give the movie... I'm telling you, dude, I'll dissect this. I don't want to even dissect this movie and put it on YouTube or nothing. I don't. Because everybody already did it before me and better than I can. And I would just sound like a broken record and add to the pile of fucking shit, which is this movie. And, like, Johnson, if I was Mark Hamill, bro, I'm telling you, if I got out of that theater and I would have punched him in the face right in front of the cameras. I would have started whooping his ass like the Jedi I am. I would have dragged him right in front of the cameras, pounding his skull in, and I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, dude. That's what you get for what you did to my Luke Skywalker. I would have brutalized him right in front of the whole world to see. Mark Hamill's way too nice of a guy. That's why he got treated like that. I would have pounded his shit. I would have been like, I don't give a shit. I ain't gonna be in the next movie. Luke Skywalker is dead. This little punk fucking killed him, and I would have punched him in the back of the head while he's all happy. I would have been all like, oh, is singing an REM song to myself, and then boom, clack right in the fucking temple, and then I would have redeemed Luke Skywalker that way. I hate Ryan Johnson, dude. I don't like him even more now than ever. Like, I'm sure he's a total douchebag, too. He just seems like one. Like, with this movie, after watching this movie, I'm like total douche nozzle. Because I can't believe anyone in Disney would let this thing pass as a movie. It's by far the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And Avengers is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, too. I hate the Avengers. The first one, it's so boring. I fell asleep. I don't fall asleep in movies, dude. And I was like, not like drunk or anything. I fell asleep. I don't fall asleep in movie theaters. I fell asleep in the part where they're all talking. They're all at the Avengers base and blah 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 blah. And I just was looking at that Black Widow's boobs, you know. I was just like, those are some nice boobs. Blah blah blah. Captain America. Blah 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 blah. What happened in that movie? I don't know. A lot of costumes flying around, CGI. I fell asleep during it. I don't know what the hell happened in that movie. I saw Age of Ultron. I managed to stay up for that because that had a lot more going on for it, you know? I can read movies really well. I know what these guys are writing about. Like, don't insult my intelligence. You know, like, these guys really think they could get away with this? Like, I hope some people are aware to what's going on with what they're doing with our movies and our stories. And, man, we could do better. And, like, they're butchering everything. Like, Kathleen Kennedy, when they were making a deal with George Lucas, and I heard her say it and quote her when fucking Lucas was like, "Oh yeah, you know what? We're gonna trust you with the stories and the expanded universe, blah blah." And she's like, "Oh yeah, all about it. Oh, we're gonna preserve the characters and legacy like you did, blah blah." All lies. Oh, we're gonna preserve the character by putting a upside down cross lightsaber through Han Solo. You know, that's it. That's when I started getting turned off. You know, like, they're like, this guy's lightsaber. What is it called? That fucking Kylo Ben Solo. Fucking his upside down cross lightsaber. Like, okay, it's not an upside down cross. Like, are you guys like making insinuations against religion or something? Like, I just rolled my eyes. I'm like, oh yeah, let's make this guy a badass. He's not intimidating. He's not like Darth Vader. Darth Vader got beat his ass whooped and became a robot slave to an emperor. Snoke, the snake. Take off the A, put in the O. All these names are so lazy. Poe Dameron, it's a pretty lazy name. Poe. Finn, take out an N. I put in an N, you know, for fish fins. But yo, what's up with these stormtroopers and these multicultural stormtroopers? I thought they were all like one color, that tan, like that. What's his name? Jango Fett. They're clones of Jango Fett. What is he? He's like a brown-skinned guy. I don't know what nationality he is because he's a fucking clone. But, you know, I was under the impression stormtroopers were clones of Jango Fett. Oh no, they threw that all out the door. Stormtroopers could be anybody. They could just kidnap you off a planet and enslave you and make you a stormtrooper, it seems like. Man, this whole Disney shit confused the fuck out of me, dude. You know, the next episode, what I'm waiting for, is now that they don't have a villain, they're going to bring in Mickey Mouse, because he hasn't had a fucking gig in so long. And, you know, like, you know, bring in Minnie and Donald Duck, because they got a backstory with them. And then make him a Sith Lord, Darth Mickey Mouse. And bring Rick Moranis in out of retirement. And, like, seriously, bring in the shrink ray from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And, yeah, let's make it an interesting movie. Because that's what I felt like when I was watching, man. I mean, the graphics were good, the music was subpar, but
We have lost
graphics ain't everything. Storytelling is number one. If you can't tell a story, all right, cut it out. Enough. If you can't tell a story, you can't show a movie. I don't care how good the lights flashing and the spaceship going through the other spaceship and the sound cutting out and the character sacrificing herself that I don't give a damn about. I'm sure, and nobody cared. Nobody cared. They ruined it. It was one ruined movie for me, one after another. Batman versus Superman. Batman versus Superman was a disappointment. Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad was good.
I don't know. I didn't like the Joker. You know, like, they didn't explain it, but the Joker, but the Joker isn't even the Joker. The Joker's Robin. They got his ass whooped and all that stuff that happened to him. A brain shock injected and face tattooed and scarred. It's that one Robin character that the other one, not the one that got killed. The other one, I think it was the one that got killed, but he didn't die. He became the Joker, the one that blew up in the building. He like whooped him with a crowbar in the back of the head. I mean, the Joker brutalized this version of Robin, and then the building blows up, and it's a done deal. And evidently, the storyline somehow later on ties into another Joker that's like an offshoot of this one because it's Robin. It's not the Joker. It's like Robin who thinks he's the Joker because his brain is MK Ultra. And, it's a good storyline, you know, and that's what I seen in Suicide Squad with this Joker. But they didn't explain it as that or anything about it, or they didn't even give him any time. He had nothing to do with the movie, really. He was just filler. And I thought he was a good Joker. I just didn't like that there wasn't enough of him, and that the story was a little bit sloppy. I liked the colors. I liked the look of it. You know, but there's some things about it that just weren't tight enough for me, man. They're just, you know, they need to take a little more time to think it out, or their creative director, or whoever does their decisions, should decide where that script is. All right, enough! Cut it out! Just the movies this year were failures, one failure after another. Hey, get out of here, dog. Beat it.
We have taken objective butter.
Yeah, I was pretty upset about this. You know, I gave it a chance, but you know, like, I'll tell you like this. The original trilogy is something that you could watch and not watch for a while, and then pick it up later on if you're bored and got shit to do. You could put it on and watch it again, and it's like the same as it ever was. Like, I got these movies on VHS, DVD, whatever, right? And if I feel like watching them, I put a good copy in. Man, dude, I feel like it's like the first time watching it. I've seen it so many times, but I never get bored of it. I love it. It's awesome. And then I won't watch it for a year or 2 years, and then I'll watch it if I'm in the mood. And then even the prequels, man, the prequels had a lot of potential. I just wish Lucas had guys like nerds around him, not yes men.
We have taken objective apples.
Some nerds to like tell him what's up, because some of his shit was no, 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 but a lot of it was like, yeah, 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 you're on the right track. But he needed some people to help him polish it up the right way. Some young nerds to sit around with him,
eat some pasta, talk some Star Wars, write some shit down. They just did it wrong, man. You gotta sit around and talk Star Wars. If you're working in the movie industry, you're making up stories. Fuck. You're making up stories, you gotta sit down around a plate of pasta, nice wine, talk Star Wars, and start writing stuff down. And do it right, keep it consistent. And know your story. That's another thing. These people don't know the story of Star Wars. Like, I'm sorry, Kathleen Kennedy, she doesn't know a damn thing. She never seen those movies. She never had the toys. She never had a stormtrooper. She never had a Princess Leia without it being given to her for free when she's 50 or 60 years old, however old she is. But when she was growing up as a child, going to school, she never had nothing. She probably hated it. Guaranteed. She was a Hillary Clinton on that too. She didn't like Star Wars. Now she's in control of it.
We are losing
Just gotta love how the world works. And Star Trek, I seen Star Trek, that new Star Trek reboot. I didn't finish it. When the fucking what's his name? Spock is too emotional for me. He's got too much emotion. It's like Vulcans don't have emotion like that. Vulcans don't feel no emotion. They're logical. Their whole existence is based off logic. They don't have emotion. They don't get mad. They don't start throwing punches and getting all freaked out. They just put that death touch. They give you a knock your ass out, then just go around grabbing you by the neck. What is that thing called? The Vulcan death touch. I loved when Leonard Nimoy used to do that. Grab you by the neck, knock you out. I mean, the movies are like, some of them, like, to get it together and film it, I mean, it takes a lot of time and talent, but they got the resources and the people available to do it. I expect a good movie. I expect a good story to be told, and I expect to care about the characters. If you can't achieve that, if it's a movie, all right, me as an individual, all right, I'm one of billions of people, and out billions of people, you're trying to get them to come to your next movie or see your stuff. You need to attract them to it. Like I was attracted. I wanted to see what happened in it. I was too young, but when I got the taste of the first episode of Star, I wanted to know what happened in the next one. When I got the feeling of what happened in the next one, I couldn't wait for the third one, and it took too long for it to come out. And when it did come out, I was satisfied because this is how the story goes. But, now, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's not the same. It's like these stories aren't going to last the test of time. These movies are the type of movies you could only watch once and you will never care to watch again. Because they're not that good. They're not longevity movies where, I'm going to want to pop it in the video player and watch it later on and watch how Luke is belittled and every man in the Star Wars galaxy is made to kneel before the females. And the females are the top leaders and they get everybody killed. They fail themselves anyway. I mean, it's like a back and forth of failure. Everybody's a loser. Hux is a loser. Holdo is a loser. Like, they make Han Solo into a loser. Kylo Ren's a loser. You know what I'm saying? Rey is a Mary Sue. Carrie Fisher is Carrie Poppins. I mean, like, enough with the bullshit. It's like I can only take so much BS before I say I'm not interested in the next movie. There's nothing you could do or put in the next movie that's gonna make it interesting. You know, Snake, whatever the lazy ass villain name they made up and they agreed upon. We can't call him Snake. We gotta call him Snoke. Take the A out, put in the O. Okay, let's do that then. That sounds good. I think the people will buy that as a righteous villain name, and then build him up as that he's somebody with no backstory, no nothing. They don't need to know who he is. How do you control the Empire first? The First Order is the Empire. I mean, where do they get all the money for all these resources? Who's paying for this crap? Who are they hiring to build their bases? Power construction? You know, like, who's the general contractor that comes out there to, you know, survey the space and start building this Death Star or this planet, Star Killer? You know, come on, man. Really, Burnout? Bro, yo, that base, that big-ass, a planet that's a cannon? You know, like, this is the best that this, what's his name? Ryan Johnson? Is that his name? This is the best this guy could come up with? I mean, I'm telling you, bro. Like, you know, instead of making it 3, 4, 5 times the size of the Death Star, you know what they should have done? They should have shrunk the Death Star with Rick Moranis' shrink ray from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and made it the size of a basketball. And then put warp speed on there from Star Trek. You know, the 2 little things on the Enterprise. Put warp speed on the Death Star so that it could fly warp speed to its destination and give it the same power of the death ray to blow up planets and make it real funny and scary. And throw Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck in there as Sith Lords. That'd be hilarious. Have Minnie Mouse hunt after Rey and kill her. That'd be awesome. And then have all the Disney characters come in and kill all the Star Wars characters in a mass slaughter fest. Oh, that's gonna be episode 9. Disney takes over. Darth Mickey Mouse. And then Donald Duck, the Sith Lord, another Sith Lord. Hey, why are you a Sith Lord, Donald Duck? I don't know. You can't even understand what he's saying. He's all Sithed out. Oh, God. Disney sucks. We got money. I don't know for how long, though. Because you know what? You know what makes the money on these movies? You know, if I got out of that theater and I was like ready to sneak into the theater again to see it again, like how I used to do it when I was a little kid. You know, like, oh, you see a movie once and you fucking make your rounds and you sneak in with the next round of people and shit. I used to do that. I didn't feel like doing it for this movie. I didn't feel like doing it for this movie. It's like, you know, I'm not going out. I don't feel like going out and buying me a Rey action figure. You know, like, she didn't earn it. She didn't do anything to earn my $5 to be in my collection. You know, what'd you do to get the Force? Luke Skywalker got the lightsaber back from some... I don't know how the hell they managed to find that lightsaber after it got shot the hell out at Cloud City. They managed to find that lightsaber, right? And then he just chucks it over his shoulder over the cliff. That's what I think of your Star Wars. That's what I think of your Star Wars theory. Over the shoulder. Big F you to the whole audience. You know what Ryan Johnson did is he pissed off the world. He pissed me off. If I see him at a convention, I'll fucking talk shit to him. I'll be like, you're a bitch. You ain't shit. You need that security, because you need that security. I'll tell you that. You're lucky I ain't Mark Hamill, because I would have punched you in the head right after the premiere. I would have whooped his ass. I'd be world news. I'd go out like that. It'd be world news. Director gets his ass dragged through the theater, getting temple shotted. Oh, may the force be with you, bitch. Where's that Kennedy? Oh, I'm gonna tell you off next. Oh man, dude, I walked out of that theater so angry, dude. I was so pissed. I've never walked so mad out of a theater before in my life.
We have taken
I was mad that I spent my good money on it. And it wasn't even the cheap show. It was the full price fucking show. Fuck Ryan Johnson.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Fuck Looper. That movie sucks too. Come to think of it, Jason Gordon-Levitt is a great actor, but that Looper story, that movie makes no sense. It's just stupid. And even if I liked it at one time, I'm just gonna purposely not like it because Ryan Johnson. I don't like his storytelling for Star Wars. Everything now is irrelevant. He hasn't done much anyway. It's like I don't understand how the hell they give this fucking clown the keys to this franchise. Like, oh, this Kennedy. Oh yeah, and you know another thing. What I noticed with this Kennedy chick. It's like, if she doesn't like what if you're taking it in the right direction and you're doing justice for the film and doing it the way it's supposed to be doing it, you will get fired and she will replace you with somebody to do what this guy did to the movie. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened with Han Solo. They were going to do a good movie with that, and she wanted it. I want, and porgs. Yeah, how about little porks? Well, we can't call them pork, because there is no pork in space. It would take off the K, we put a G, porg. We'll call them porgs. Okay, all right, and Rose. Okay, since when in Star Wars in space there's a girl named Rose? I didn't realize Earth flowers were a thing in the Star Wars universe. Rose, violet, daisy, daffodil. I didn't realize Earth stuff was a thing in Star Wars. Like, dude, they're all over the place, bro. I could go on for days. I mean, just giving myself a bad mood. I want my money back. I want my... Dude, 40 minutes of a casino scene of some like animal rights garbage over a creature. Like, they didn't even bother trying to free the slave children. They went to go free the damn animals that are just going to get recaptured and put back in their cages. You know what I'm saying? And then they trashed the casino. And this is rich people. They got insurance. And then who's going to be sent in to clean it up? The slaves. So these guys did all that mess. So the poor people would have to clean it up. The rich people get the insurance. The animals get recaptured if some of them don't get killed and put back in the cages. And the little kids don't even get freed. But one of them has the Force at the end of the movie. He moves a broom. So they're insinuating him as the next character, the next Luke Skywalker. Sorry, man, it ain't gonna work. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The kids don't care. My 3-year-old nephew don't care. My 3-year-old nephew doesn't care. Like, they cared about Luke Skywalker. They wanted to see him get a good send-off. They want to see him get a good battle scene. They want to see Han, get together with his kid and make amends and do the right thing. They don't want to see Han Kylo Ren is an irredeemable piece of shit. Kylo Ren, fuck him. Oh yeah, we're gonna make Kylo Ren go to the light side and yo, dude, that's like asking Jeffrey Dahmer and John Wayne Gacy and all these serial killers combined that they repented in the Lord and they're free to go back in society. You guys are good guys now. Well, you guys ain't gonna go out and kill nobody. We know. Oh yeah, Kylo Ren, same thing. Oh yeah, I just killed a bunch of people. I killed my family. Killed my dad. I think I killed my mom, but I ain't sure. But I want to get some pussy from this Ray chick, and she doesn't want to give it to me. But now I'm gonna be mad. I think I was already mad. Was I mad? Am I good? Am I evil? Am I gonna turn to good? I don't know. I'm conflicted. I'm so emo. I'm not even really Darth Vader. I don't even know what my problem is. And and then the conflict was because of Snoke. Like, who the hell is this guy? How the hell did he get in this guy's head? I mean, I just don't buy it. Like they told the whole story wrong. If they're gonna tell the story right, and Disney was gonna do this expanded universe thing, and they wanted to kill everybody, they could have had Luke. All right, they want to bring in Ben Solo. All right, they want to Leia. They want to. How about we just kill her off and not even have her in the movie? Alright, I could live with that. You know how I would do it? Fucking Ben Solo is in the movie. Princess Leia gave birth to him and died, like Padme. Because it's a hereditary thing where the females die while giving birth. So the mother's dead. So the kid is growing up. Han Solo is a shitty ass dad. He wants to go smuggle and do drugs and stuff and drink and hang out with Chewie. So he leaves him with Luke. Now, the kid grows up with Luke, and he doesn't see his dad, sees him once in a while, causing conflict. His mom's dead, some story a little bit better that way, where it's like a little bit believable, instead of throwing in all this other garbage. But, they don't know how to tell a story. So it's like, I accept it. After seeing these, I seen the 2 movies, that's it. I'm done. It's over with. I'm done. I accept its fate. It is The Last Jedi. They killed it. They killed the whole lore. They killed the whole Force. They killed all the characters. And now there's characters left that we don't care about that won't die. Poe Dameron. A fuck up. Hux. A loser. Finn. Another loser. All losers. In The Force Awakens, at least they were going somewhere, like they were trying, who's this chick, this guy, could he be a Jedi? Nope, not in this movie. It went from it was weird how these 2 movies went. It's like, I got a Nike Air Jordan on my right foot, and on my left foot I got an Adidas. That's how these 2 Star Wars movies went. One's in an Adidas and one's in Nike. Both are good shoes, but they just don't, they don't match up. And just the whole storyline. And I know how to write stories. I was in school, I was doing English, I got caught up in the street life like a dumbass, I was an artist, I wanted to go do graffiti. But I know how writing goes. I know what good writers are. I've read some of the best writers that ever lived. I got their books. These guys aren't it for me. I'm going to get this movie script for both movies. I'm going to find the scripts. I'm going to get the scripts, and it's going to be what not to do when you're writing a script. I gotta read it while I'm watching the movie, because I'll find the Force Awakens in the dollar bin. I'll find it at the Goodwill in the dollar bin, and I'll buy it for $1. The same with this one, just so I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna edit the whole movie, and I'm gonna redo it my way on my movie program and shit. I'm gonna cut out the whole fucking that Finn with the little Chinese or Vietnamese chick kissing the diversity hire. I'm gonna get rid of that whole 40 minutes of it. I wish I was good at CGI. I wish I had some, what's that called? Flash? Whatever that's called. Do CGI. CAD. And the spaceships are just so stupid too. It's like, what the hell they do with Star Wars?
We have lost objective.
Yeah, I'm disappointed, if you can't tell. I mean, like, growing up, I didn't have the access to it, but, like, I seen it, I got a taste of it, I got to watch it later on in life, I liked it. I'm not all crazy about it, where I'm going to be running around to the conventions with lightsabers or nothing like that. But, you know, I know a good story when it's told, and I know, like, you know, if there's a good story with the action and everything's put together and everything's, like, believable and you can care about the characters whether they live or die, you did good. You did a good job. But if you can't do that, it's just a bunch of images on film with words and music. You know, it's like there's a million movies like that since the 1970s and 80s and before that. So it's like, I don't know what Kathleen Kennedy was thinking. I know she don't care. She don't care. She hates men. She hates guys like me. That's why she did it. And you know what? Sorry, baby. Women ain't into Star Wars like that. I mean, there are women into Star Wars, but it isn't going to be like, you know, 90%. It's not going to be it's not going to be driven by women. You know, women ain't going to be the sole upkeep that are going to keep this franchise going. It's a joint effort, man. It's like you need men and women to make it something special. You can't just have it all women or just all men. Like, who the hell wants a sausage party Star Wars convention? You know, like, I've seen these Star Wars convention. It's a decent balance between men and women, and there's some cute women in there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure a lot of those women know Star Wars way better than the director and this producer or president, CEO, or whatever the hell she is. Whatever the hell she is. A woman of power. You know, she really has to show everybody how powerful she is by taking something and taking a big dump on it. And, oh yeah, we know you're in power, lady. It's like, you know, we know you're in power. Because you just shit all over everything. You disrespected Mark Hamill. She fucking disrespected him right to his fucking face. Right in front of him. And he knew he was getting shafted. She was like, no, you're not. You're an important part. Yeah, you're an important part. We're going to kill you. Just like we killed Han Solo. And we're going to kill you in the worst Hollywood death ever in history. I wonder what Mark Hamill did to these people to deserve such a betrayal. You know, such a flagrant, like, I mean, this is like, oh, you're gonna die. He didn't even know how he was gonna die. They just said, okay, you're gonna do this scene, film this scene, this is how you do this, you're gonna do that. And he followed it. He didn't know, like, what the edit and the final product is gonna be. When he watched it, he probably had his jaw to the floor. He just made me a coward through the whole movie. Oh, fuck, holy shit. They just made me a coward through the whole movie. I won't lift a finger to help my friends. And then when I go to help anybody, a bunch of irrelevant characters that don't matter if they live or die, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go as a hologram. No, but not really a hologram. I'm a self-projection of myself. Oh my god! And then it takes up so much of my energy. I just fade away like a fart. Poof. But we're gonna try and make it look like Ben Kenobi, you know, like the fucking robe falls to the ground and little butterflies fly from it. It was the most stupidest crap I ever seen, Burnout. I was laughing in the theater. I was laughing so hard. Oh my god. Especially when Princess Leia came back to life. I'm like, oh my god. They couldn't give Admiral Akbar, a dignified death either. They, boom, gone, sucked out into space. Never hear from him again. 1977, 2017. But Princess Leia is floating out into space and she wakes up. Have you seen this movie yet?
No.
No? Oh man.
I go to theaters to see Star Wars movies.
Oh yeah, good for you, dude. Good for you. Well, I have the new theater that opened up near the new AMC that opened up nearby my house. I used to work at it as a kid, so I went over there to go see it, and I had low expectations going in because of all what Mark Hamill said and whatnot, but I had no idea I was ready for bad, because, like, I mean, some of the ships didn't jive with me. Some of the ships didn't jive with me. The AT-ATs, the gorilla. Where did they get the inspiration for a gorilla AT-AT? From Africa? Or from wherever gorillas are at? In the jungle? I didn't realize so much space Earth influence existed in this Disney Star Wars. Like Rose, Amelin, Luke is cool. Like some names are alright, but Holdo, man, she was such a stupid character. She was so like, oh, I'm gonna keep a secret, from this Dameron, Poe Dameron. She won't tell him the secret because he's a guy, right? That's what it is about. He's a guy. She don't want to tell him her plan. And they're all getting killed anyway. Like, everybody dies, they're trying to I don't know what the hell they're trying to do, I got lost in the movie. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Admiral Akbar should have been the guy to put this ship into Snoke's ship. Snoke was already dead when they killed the ship. It's like... And then they bring in the Snoke, and, he gets killed like nothing. He gets chopped in half just like Darth Maul, sitting it, dude. I was literally, I was like sitting in the back of my chair, like, with my mouth, to the ground. If I was J.J. Abrams, I would not do this fucking Star Wars 9. I'd be like, go get bent. Pay me my money. Give me my money for part 9. But go find somebody else to do it. Give it to Ryan Johnson so he could run it further. And he doesn't got nowhere to go with it. And you want me to come in right now and rescue it? I'd be like, give me $20 million. Sign me off of this crap. I'm bailing. I'm done. I set up the story the best I could for your stupid ass characters you brought out of nowhere. Because there was no Rey. Rey don't exist. No, BB-8, none of these characters exist. They're all Disney fabrications. They were plopped into the Star Wars universe. They got nothing to do with the extended universe anywhere. That was all discarded. That's called Legends now by Disney. So it's like, you can't even pay attention to the good stories of Legends. And when I was, like I told you, when I was in the theater and I saw Rey, Mary Sue, I knew she was a Mary Sue the moment I laid eyes on her. I was like, I started singing in the theater where I was with Eric Storm. I was sitting in the theater and she came up, during the first credit, the previews before the first credits came rolling up in an Ultron or whatever. And I started singing in the theater, Mary Sue, I love you. Boy, how I love you. Mary Sue, I love you. And I piss people off. I don't care. I'm already getting pissed off watching this crappy ass trailer. Everybody's like, oh, this looks so good. This looks so good. I'm like, oh man, are you kidding me? It doesn't look good. I thought Superman and Batman, I thought were going to be good too. Did you see that?
That was a horrible movie.
Exactly. All right.
I knew that wasn't going to be any good, though.
You ain't kidding. But I'm telling you, dude, as bad as Superman and Batman was, this is like around the same lines, except Superman and Batman was at least put together well. You know, at least it sucked bad. I could, and you know, Doomsday. Yo, what's up with all the movies of 2017? They don't know. You know what the problem is? They're trying to take stories that were already established, discard them, and try to spin off something new by using the old stories.
We have lost objective.
You know what I'm saying? They're trying to use the old stories, like Doomsday. Doomsday wasn't a creation like how they portrayed it in Superman versus Batman. Doomsday was like actually he a long time ago, before Superman was born on Krypton, he was a criminal. Like he was a badass alien, like Klingon type of mofo. And I mean, like with all the stuff coming out of him, there's a story behind everything. And they captured him. They tied him to a big ass asteroid and flung him out into space. And this motherfucker was immobilized. You couldn't get him out of this. And when he, came across to Earth, NASA and all that got involved or whatever, and they let him loose. They somehow freed him, or he fell down to Earth because of Earth gravitational pull. He was able to break out of there, and that's how Doomsday started going through the entire cities. Like he didn't know there was any Kryptonians here. He just came out here, and Doomsday, man, and he had a mind. He had a personality. He spoke. He was an adult. He was hundreds of years old. And they make him into this frog character that's like supposed to look like Doomsday, but it has no soul. I was like, yo, you can't make any of these stories your own. You can't make nothing. It's like me taking a Big Mac and, like taking the same ingredients in a different restaurant, putting it together and calling it a different sandwich, and it looks and it tastes and it's a Big Mac. You ain't going to change it by much.
PK King?
What's that?
The PK King?
Yeah, exactly. Like that.
That's a Big Mac. It's totally a Big Mac.
It's totally a Big Mac. You could slap a different name on it, and the sauce is the same and everything. Because you know what they did with the sauce? They got the Big Mac sauce. Then they took it to a chemical testing, the chemists or whatever. And then they test it and they separate all the ingredients in it, what's in there. What are they using? What kind of preservatives? Everything. They get a whole reading out.
You know what it is, don't you?
Objective Duff.
What is it? Mayo. What is it? Thousand Island? Yeah.